Hello there, and welcome back to Ireland. This will possibly be the last episode if we snatch London. So we'll simply have to wait and see here if the French join or if the Swedes leave. That's basically all that remains. If either of them decides to join, then we might actually have to wait. Last time we took both Kent and Essex from Great Britain. We also got some pretty great going on the integration of Madurai, almost done. Once we've integrated, we'll be going. Or trying to play around a little bit with the trade system. We'll also be taking trade ideas for the last one, simply to do a little bit of trade experiment, more or less. But for now, not really that much I can do. Apparently, what the flying fuck? Sorry. Aspiration for liberty. The questionable rule of Donald VI, the population strive for liberty and desires for enactment of enlightened ideas, has spurred a revolution that seems all but unavoidable. The common people are united and taken to arms in an attempt to topple the government, thereby initiating one of the bloodiest revolutions of our time. Well, there are a bunch of reasons why this doesn't make sense that I'd actually like to tell, but I'm getting to real risk everywhere, and there are 7,000 revolutionary regiments. Well, dire times ahead of us. They'll be dead before the end of the day, I think. Or the end of the month. Depending on the fact that I actually have to build an army to kill them. That's kind of annoying, but what the hell will build a 10k army to have on the island? And where did the others rise up? They are in Quapov. They don't even have enough men to... Well, they do have enough men to siege the fortress, my bad. Let's see here. Where are people that won't actually kill off my colonies? You guys are hereby ordered to march down here to kill off the revolutionaries. No, we have an army here. They can march over, and we'll boost the ability back up to 0, I think. Overextension. Wow, that's good. So I now have to spend 300 points. Overthrow the government. Type of government changes to a noble republic. Well, I could be inclined to accept that, but right now that's just plain annoying. So I'll not be allowed to play around with my with trade, apparently, which is kind of bad. But at least now Madurai has been integrated, and I can now use colonialism on the French should I see the need. So what we'll be doing, I guess, is found the Indian Trade Company, or the East India Trading Company, which gives a merchant and global trade power. With this, I can also do this, the Joint Stock Companies Act. Sure, we can take that one as well. Find mercantilism. We'll mean basically that I have more trade power in my own nodes. It's quite helpful. So with this, I'll also go ahead now and send him to the Caribbean, because I want him to steer trade. You first need to place a merchant, so transfer trade power to we'll place him, and then we'll have him steer the power towards Chesapeake Bay. And as you can see here, I now get a lot more power sent that way, and that should make things a little bit more interesting. How much am I now making from Chesapeake, as it were? Let's take a quick look. Once a month changes, and wait, what? How is 120 of 238 25%? Did I screw the game? No, there we go. So as you can see, that actually boosts my income quite a lot. That's because the money that's in the Caribbean trade now, or most of it, as you can imagine, is being steered towards Chesapeake Bay rather than Sevilla, and that makes Chesapeake Bay rather, well, wealthy. I could of course now go ahead and continue steering trade, but the trade will be steered to Caribbean nonetheless, and Chesapeake, so there's no reason actually to steer trade in this area. He'll go there no matter what I do. And well, I am collecting, which gives me a little bit of money, but I shouldn't actually complain on that note. As you can see at the trade also, I could potentially go to or take power of this node of Bordeaux, and then send it further to London. And here's the funny thing, I'll actually try and do that, and I'll also be apparently actually sending it to Bordeaux itself without any fuss. I should potentially also try and well, take control of the Ivory Coast node and send everything to Caribbean, and then send it further up to Chesapeake, and then send it to London. That could potentially also be a way of doing things. So basically, you want to try and send things to wherever you want. So we'll probably send a navy down here. That means that I most likely will be needing a parking rights, more or less. Can I get parking rights from the Spanish? No, but my fleet should be fine. They'll simply sail home once they get in trouble. So I need a lot of trade power in this area, which I'll get through a fleet, and then we'll be starting into the Caribbean and all that. But we'll worry about that once we get our merchants. For now, we'll have to deal with this revolutionary war, which all of 7,000 troops that rose up will have to be dealt with. And as you can see, I don't actually have that many possible revolts, which is kind of ridiculous. So that event doesn't actually make any sense whatsoever to me. It never has, it never will be, I guess. Netherlands enter the military coalition, not really anything that I am scared about. I'll give Afghanistan their military access, not really anything that I'm scared about either. And once this army is done, I'm pretty sure they should realize, the revolutionaries, that the war is over. Their revolutionary war, that is over. So these guys do actually hate me quite a lot, so they'll probably not leave the coalition, and they'll probably call on the French. But they shouldn't be war leader, so it should be fine. And even if they do become war leader, that would kind of scary. But I have other things to worry about. I need to get the Swedes out of the coalition, and once they have, we'll go after the last province of Britain. But for now, not really that much to do. I'll be using my guys here to boost the Cornwall, or Opinion of Blood, Norway and Cornwall, so that I can basically go annex them once I've taken London. So with that in mind, not really that much we'll do. We'll try to get that level of admin tech so that I can actually go ahead and get my extra merchants, and we'll see if I can pull off some sort of trade trick to see if I can improve my income even more. Of course, stability increases right after the so-called war. Of course, that happened. But yeah, kind of interesting how things work out, really. But as of now, the natives are basically rising up more often than these guys. So I'll go ahead, convert the new lands that we've gained over here, try and make things work to my advantage. We'll see how it turns out. Order is restored. After some gruesome years, order is finally settled amongst our people. That has to be the shortest revolutionary war ever, and it was a failed war, but doesn't really matter. As you see here, there's actually sending some money to the North Sea here, but we are currently making quite a lot of money in Chesapeake Bay. As you can see, if we do this, Chesapeake Bay 68 ducats, London 11. I'm a little bit unsure if I'll actually make more if I send it into London, so I might as well do a little bit of a. I might actually have to recall him and then send him, but I guess it's better to just keep him there. I might actually go for trying to send some more money to the Caribbean through this node here. Apparently they are sending something to the Caribbean. So if I were to actually cause some more commotion here and send most of it to basically build a fleet, use it here, send it over. As you can see, I make quite a lot of money, so it wouldn't be troublesome for me to actually do that. So we might just go ahead, build a rather big fleet and do just that. I might actually just want to get myself a province in the area some way or another, but as you can see, the entire area is eaten up. So I might want to consider getting these two out of the coalition and then take one or snatch a province once I actually get into war with Great Britain, or actually go for Swahili and take this one. Potentially, I might actually make friends with these guys. We'll have to consider that, but yeah, we'll wait until we get the trade ideas and then we'll figure out what we'll do. There we go. Admin tech 26 constitutional ideas have been reached, and with that we now have another group of ideas and a constitutional republic, which we will not have or get to. I guess we could say we'll go for the trade ideas. I could also go for the naval ideas for the let's see here. I believe there is something you need naval ideas complete for, and right now I can't remember what. It's not this one, although it will be kind of interesting to try these things. Natural scientist, no. Not exactly, but that would be interesting as well. National trade policy. No, I believe there's naval. No, there's something you need to complete naval ideas for. I can't remember what right now, but it doesn't matter. I think we'll take the trade ideas, as I said, to simply test things out. So we'll go with them. The trade ideas have been unlocked, and we'll go for straightforward shrewd commerce practice. Global trade power plus 10%, and next time we'll get a another merchant, and I'll actually go ahead and set him in Bordeaux. Basically, I'll now build about 100 light ships, basically just place in Bordeaux. I'm basically having London to myself, so I might actually go ahead and cut that one in half and send half of it to, you can see Great Britain has and Cornwall has. No one else actually has anything. I am 92%, so no reason for me to actually have this many ships here. So we'll go ahead and cut this one in half, and we'll join that up with the navy that I'm currently in building. We'll send it to Bordeaux basically to do this, and then we'll actually go ahead and try and force forth as much trade power as possible to London. It will be difficult, but we'll give it a go and see how it turns out. Of course, I have a tendency to forget things, and in this case I forgot that in order to actually influence a trade node, you need to have a presence there. And I do not, of course, have a presence in Bordeaux because I do not actually own a single province there. I could, of course, get one by going after Brittany, for example, but do I really want to? No, I can't vassalize them. They're in the wrong culture, wrong religion and all that. I can't actually go after Seville either, I think, so lesson learned. Cannot influence places where I do not have a presence. So with that instated, we'll go ahead and cancel the production of the fleet. No real reason to have one if I'm not going to use it, but basically snapping or grabbing a colony here and there if you're a trade empire is basically great. So we'll go ahead and send these guys to somewhere else, and from this list not really that many choices to pick from, so I might actually go for Caribbean. Basically try and forward some well, it's very little, but even so it might actually help. Ireland is using the power to transport Mississippi River. Yeah, I'm transporting them both forts to wherever it is, so it doesn't really matter. And what I might actually do here, as I said, is we'll just keep them, we'll send them to Caribbean. It doesn't matter right now. I'll have to see if I'll actually take Bordeaux or Seville or something then, but for now it doesn't really matter. I can't actually place that many merchants, so I might have trade ideas is basically wasted right now. My bad, my apologies. We'll learn sometime else. But apparently here the British are at war with Portugal, Spain and Portugal in the what war? Second Spanish Purge of British heresy. Quite interesting. We'll see how that turns out. I was trying to figure out why my game suddenly slowed down, and I realized why. There's one hell of a war going on here with France, Austria, Bavaria. Well, a lot of people against the Spaniards, and it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. But for now, I can honestly say that I do not care. It will be interesting to see, my apologies, who comes out as victor. But I do have a feeling that the Spaniards might have lost this one, so it'll definitely be interesting. But they do have a 77k stack here, so potentially they could start hunting them down. But I do kind of feel like this might be game over for them. So I'll just continue waiting until at least the Swedes leave the coalition. I'm pretty sure they will soon. I can't actually remember the exact rules, but I believe it's below 30 and also positive. So we'll have to see. Might actually end up being lucky and having them leave me alone for very soon. Also, as I said, Spaniards will definitely, most likely, probably lose this. So we'll be interested to see how the peace deal works out. I'll just wait patiently. Interestingly enough, as you can see here, the Spaniards and the Ottomans are losing this war rather harshly. The French are attacking the Ottomans from the south, the Austrians from the north, and Spain itself is being sieged by a lot of people. So it seems like it's the end of the Great Ottoman and also the Spaniards. But this basically shows how powerful the whole Roman Empire and France actually is. This is actually just a bundle of power, and it would screw me over even with my navy, I think, because, well, I can't keep everything out. Even with my amazing amount of ships. As you can see, I'm diplomatic ranked first, and if we go to ledger, that is mostly because of my navy, I believe. So country, score comparison, diplomatic rating, Ireland 31, fleet 16, fleet 10. So apparently, as you can see, we have some issues here, but I can't actually I can't complain. My military rating is quite a different matter, but as you can see here, the Ottomans do have quite a good military, so it's kind of surprising that they're still being whacked by the Austrians. And well, I'm 5th, so I can't actually complain. But even so, it's quite bad. I believe I'm first in admin 2 due to my monthly income. That is basically it. If we do buy, let's see here. Can I go back to ledger? Can I check the no economy income overview? Last year, trade, sovereign, 1400 ducats, more than anything else. But I wanted to check income towards other countries, trade. There we go, Austria and myself, as you see, basically in the lead, and the French actually less than the Austrians. I was a little bit surprised, but as you can see here, we are basically in charge. I might actually add the Ottomans to this, just get a little bit of a... The Ottomans actually did earn a lot more money than me, but they're just stupid right now. No real reason why. That's, what, 4 years ago? Interesting. 2 or 3 years, 4 even, the Ottomans' income suddenly plummeted, and I guess this is why they turned into trouble, or at least that's probably what they've been fighting. I have no idea if they've been fighting wars or anything, but at least I'm making a lot of money, and I don't care what happens. But unfortunately, due to the fact that the Swedish coalition with the Netherlands budgeting as well, they are basically now forcing me to wait even further. I do apologize. I was hoping that we'd wrap it up, but unfortunately, my little trade experiment came in the way. I do apologize. We'll probably wrap it up in 1 or 2 more episodes, hopefully. I do apologize if it's more, but we'll basically just have to sit and see. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.